Hey, what is going on with you guys? My name is SubZeroExtabyte and I am shooting right back at you with another video. And I am actually coming at you with videos lately like the noobs have been coming at me. I mean, it has been an insane couple of weeks lately since all of those noobs figured out how to get to my Minecraft home. Now I cannot say that I am mad about the fact that people end up looking for me because they want to meet me. But these guys come up to me and start screwing around with my life. Well, that is not something that I appreciate. So since my last house also blew up, I am going to make myself a new one, and even though it will not become one of the biggest there are, it will probably become the best one that I have made to date, since I have come up with a plan for myself so that I can get away from the hordes of noobs that come up to me every day in this Minecraft world. So sit your butt in your chair, get yourself a drink and a big freaking bowl of cereal and sit down, and kids, get ready to learn, because this might be coming in handy once upon a time. And I hope that whenever you would be needing something like this, that you are able to say that you have paid enough attention to this video to actually get something done for yourself. Now you might be asking, well sub, what are you going to be building that is so amazing then? Well, let me tell you this real quick. A noob cannot bother you if a noob does not see you. So actually, when I started thinking of this, I actually started with a couple of things. So first things first, we need to be able to make something that will keep the noobs from seeing us. So that is when my mind instantly turned to the way that Harry Potter was able to hide himself in a lot of places. So he had his cloak of invincibility. Now I am not a scientist and I am not a magic person, so that idea got thrown out of the window pretty early. And then I came up with something else. What if I make the windows and turn them into screens of some sort? So whenever there is a noob, those screens come down in front of the windows, and on the screens are pictures of my living room without me in it. So it would actually look like I am not in the house, while I am actually just sitting inside minding my own business. So that might work, but I was not yet convinced, because if they were to come inside, well, that would just mean, and if they were able to just blow it up for fun, with me being inside without them knowing it, well, that would not work out all too well for me either. So that left me with one more option, and this also brought me back the Harry Potter 2. So the second Harry Potter movie and book, and that one was titled Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now that sounds pretty promising, especially if you have seen the movie or read the book, or both of course. Leave me a comment down below if you have actually seen the movie or read the book, or both. Like I said, but the Chamber of Secrets was, as the name says, a secret chamber built underneath of Hogwarts. Now that is the thing that I'm going to be doing. And no, I am not going to build a chamber underneath of Hogwarts. I mean, I wish I could do that, but no, that is not what I am doing right now. I am going to build my own chamber of secrets in my house, so that way I can just hide there and no one will know that I'm home, and I would be safe if someone was to blow up the house. Now you might be thinking, would they not just find the room? Well, no. Since one of the reasons why the chamber was called the Chamber of Secret was for this one reason right here. No one knew that it existed. Of course there were rumors about it and urban legends, but no one was able to find it. Even after years of extensive search with magic and all sorts of tricks. No, of course they were not able to find it until Harry Potter showed up in his second year. Now that meant the Salazar Slytherin, the founder of the Slytherin house, had protected that chamber with a lot of spells, and he just hid it really well in some sewer system. It is really gross to see it in the movies, but alright, I am going to do what my boy Salazar did, and I am going to make the Room of Secrets, because if I would call it the Chamber of Secrets, then my boy Salazar would slap me with a freaking copyright claim and I would be out of secret room building business within days, which is not something that I am looking for right now, but that is basically my plan of attack. So now I will just have to finish up my house right here and make sure that I'm able to build everything just right, and I am just begging up and down to the skies, and hope for some time for me to buy before the next wave of noobs noobs come along when I am not even done, and they would be onto me before I even got to use my secret room. So I will have to make sure that all of the building goes well and according to plan/schedule, because like I said, if we take too long on this project, well then we might be running out of time to perform all of it, and we would already have some of those freaking noobs on our roof and we would not even know it. Now I hope that we can do all of that on time, because I would like to just sleep here tonight and feel a little safe, because after what has happened to all of my previous homes, I am kind of pessimistic about all of the end of hours that we are having right here. But that is alright, it keeps the blood flowing, I guess. So alright, as you may have seen right there, the wall is done, and this wall is going to allow me to just pass through it, and it will not let anyone else in. So that is really cool, and of course no one will notice that this thing is there, because like I said, no one is going to just be running into a wall without knowing that there is something up with that thing. That is why the wall/pillar on the train station in London works that well. I mean, who is going to suspect some random wall for something like that? I mean, no one is just going to take their cart and run into a pillar like that. So I mean, all of those people that work in the wizarding world have got all of their secret and magic stuff figured out really well. But now I am just going to have to perform the same trick, because otherwise I am still going to be eating noobs for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Even though that is for beginners, you do not even know. That was a quote from a song by Donald Glover, aka the Childish Gambino, and he is a cool guy. You will love him if you would have ever seen the show called Community. I mean, it is hilarious, so just watch it if you have not already. But that is enough talking about songs for today, because we still have got a lot of stuff to do. But basically this thing right here, well, this is where the Room of Secrets will be coming. It is going to attach to my house just like any other room would. It is just that no one would expect this room to be there when you are looking from inside of the house, and that is the place where you will be entering the house. It actually just occurred to me that whenever I upload this video, that everyone would be able to see where in God's name that freaking room of mine is. So maybe I should just stop recording right now before I have done too much harm. I'm just kidding, lol. Because I probably will upload this video and I am pretty sure that a lot of people would be asking the same questions as I just did. But so basically once I upload this video, then everyone would be able to know exactly how to come into my Room of Secrets without ever trying at all. That is just insane to think about, man. So alright, if I may say so myself, I think that the Room of Secrets, aka the secret room, is coming along pretty nicely. Of course we're just setting up the walls right now. But like Donald Trump says, there is nothing better than a wall. Okay, he did not really say that, but just let me have a moment here, okay? But yeah, even though we are still building the walls so that everything is sturdy in here, it is actually looking pretty nice. So next up will be the roof. We're actually building the house around this secret room, because otherwise you would be able to tell that there is something fishy going on from miles away. So that is not something that I would want to have going on. So I am just going to finish the walls and the insides of the secret room and then move on to the roof and making sure that everything in here looks like it is supposed to be here. So I will have to make sure that everything looks like it is in place. And it should blend in with the environment, and it should blend in with the actual house, so that people are not getting suspicious when they end up seeing the house right around here. So actually, if you want to see it from another angle, and I mean a metaphorical angle and not a physical angle, so basically the secret room will be more of a panic room for when the noob hits the fan and everything goes into a state of decay. And since I do not want that to happen with me being in harm's way, I am just making sure that whenever there is a noob around here, I can make sure that I just pop into the Room of Secrets, aka panic room, aka secret room. I will just be safe there and there will be no harm done to the house. And by the way, you guys might want to help me with these names, because this is getting kind of out of hand. I mean, come on, sub. How bad are you at making up these names? I mean, a secret room, that is okay, but when it is also known as a panic room, or it is also known as a freaking Room of Secrets, well, that is the point of no return. So why do you guys not just come up with a name for this room, and I will see which one I like. So just leave a comment right down in the comment section down below. But alright guys, let me tell you a story about how I got into Minecraft in the first place. So like the first time in Minecraft in like ever. And it was because of Doc Oswald, as you might be able to figure out for yourself. And I bet that you are already sitting there like, what did Dr. Oswald do this time to get you inside of this prison again? Well, it is a pretty lengthy story, but I will try to crop it down a little so that I do not bore you guys. and neither bore myself. So basically the doc he just asked me if I was able to drop by his labs one day, and of course I am a great friend and I did just that. Well, like I said a couple of months ago, I was not going to be doing any more tests for the doctor just because he always screws things up. Well, this time, I just sat down in his little office chair. Then it just activated this chain reaction where I rolled backwards, pretty much like the dude from Futurama, and I fell into this little machine that put me into the simulation. But that was not all. I was just there because I forgot some stuff in my lockers at the doc's office. So basically, if I was not such a mess and I would have just taken all of my stuff with me when I left there last week, then I would not have this problem right now. So beware if you leave your stuff behind somewhere. I am not saying that you will actually end up inside of some shady prison simulation, but I am also not saying that this will not happen to you. I mean, things like these seem to happen to me all the time, so I guess why should it not be able to happen to you? But I would never wish anything like this to you guys, because these kind of simulations, well, they are just really annoying. And I think that most of you guys will agree with me on this fact, because you have seen me go through these kinds of simulations all the time. And you guys also know that I was actually fed up with them, since I decided to quit with these things for good. So please stick with me as I wait for the doc to actually get me out of this thing again before it actually fries my brain. But this time of course I did not end in just a simulation. Not it was a literal simulated reality world. It was really weird to see it firsthand with my own eyes. It was just a mind-blowing experience. But that is all because I was still new to it. But after a while I actually became really good at it and it was just all smooth sailing. Of course, until noobs found out that I also lived in Minecraft. And that is basically when a lot of bad stuff started happening for me, which is not something that I want to touch on right now, because it is really sad for me as a person who just wants to enjoy playing Minecraft with his friends. And by friends I mean on my own, because it seems like I do not have any real-life friends. But at least I have got you guys and I would love to keep calling you my friends. So please accept that, so that we can be friends. And no, I am not trying to friend zone you guys. But of course there are some things that I just cannot get into right now. But as you know, I would have to get to know you guys a little bit better if I want to end up with one of you as my partner. Just give it some time and everything will fall into place just as always. So basically at this point there is only one thing left to do though, and that is, like I said previously, that we have to make sure that we get everything set up right. So we have to camouflage the outside just right to make sure that everything looks like it belongs there, which is the way that we want it, because otherwise people are going to be suspicious about it, and we do not want that, because when people are getting suspicious, they will start to ask themselves a lot of questions. And when that happens, well, that is basically the point where I start moving into the secret room, aka room of secrets, aka panic room. As you can see, I still have not come up with a name for this little fortress of solitude of mine, but that is pretty okay for me, to be honest, because right now I am making sure that nothing on the outside looks fishy or out of place, and that is exactly the way that we want it to be. Otherwise we will be having a lot of problems right away. Not, of course, there has to be more to Minecraft than just building houses to hide in. Well, as of right now there is not much more to it, to be honest. I mean, I wish that there was, but apparently there is not more to it right now. I would just wish that there was a way with which I could actually keep the noobs out of my world and out of my property. But since that has not worked yet, I will just have to make do with the things that I make do. So even though that might have sounded a little very confusing, that is basically all that I can say right now. Like I said, I wish that there was a way to just stay here and enjoy life on the outside, but right now that would not be possible, which is sad. But like I have said 1,000 times already, I am not here to deal with these noobs all day round. I am here to relax from all of the stressful stuff that happens inside of Roblox and in my YouTube comment section. So after a hard day of work, I basically come here and make sure that everything is looking right and making sure that everything is in place so that I can just do what I want. But you know, I guess that this is just something that I have to deal with, and I bet that I can do that just fine. So now that we are almost finished, I actually hope that there is going to be a noob who is coming by pretty soon, just so that I can test to see if this base is fully operational. Yes, I just quoted Star Wars. What are you going to do about it? That is right, there is nothing that you can do about it, because right now SubZeroExtabyte is a free man. Of course that means if there will be no noob coming around right now, because then he would have been able to hear my entire plan and I would be screwed either way. But of of course that does not matter right now. So just like I said, there is going to be a lot changing around here since I cannot just go out and about anymore, and I will have to stick close to my house because otherwise there will be a lot going on throughout my days. But I will make sure that I can still do whatever is necessary to make these videos for you guys. Even if it means that I'm going to be making a video that is just me sitting in a chair by some fireplace in a red kimono with some kind of a pipe and a newspaper. Yeah, just imagine me sitting like that. But with all of that said, it is time for me to move on with this and to not get distracted anymore. So I am closing the video right now. I still hope that you have enjoyed this as much as ever, and I would love to see you guys in the next video.